Alright guys, so we're going to find area of polygons, but this time they are going to be in a coordinate plane. So our coordinate planes here are our grids. We're hopefully used to seeing something like this before, okay? The biggest thing is that we need to remember some of our key words, such as ordered pairs. So other ordered pairs are going to be that x comma y of our point, okay? So your x-axis is always on the bottom. It is your horizontal axis, and then your y-axis is going to be your vertical one. Okay, so when you plot your points, you want to crawl before you jump. Okay, so first we want to go ahead and plot these points on our grid. So it says for letter A here, I have 2, so I'm going to go over 2 and then up 4, and that's going to be my first point. And you want to make sure that you label your points as well. Okay, so then B, we're going to come over to 3 and then go up to 9. And then C, we're going to go over to 7 and then up to 8. And then D, we're going to go to 8 and then 1. Okay, so now you just want to actually connect your points and connect the points the way that they gave it to you. So don't try to just willy-nilly draw lines to your points. They're polygons, so remember lines don't cross. Okay, and we don't have any holes, okay? So they need to connect and actually make that shape. Okay, so when you're drawing your polygon in those coordinate planes, those are important things to remember. Remember, it's x first, y second, okay, to plot those points. You can pause the video, and there are some on your own questions here. So pause it, try the on your own, and then you can match your polygons with mine. All right, so here's the first one. We have a nice triangle, okay, here. Next one looks like a little square. Parallelogram. And then the halves are maybe tricky here. So those halves, guys, so we had to go over 2 and then up a half. So that's somewhere like right in between the 0 and the 1 when you did that. So kind of pay attention to these points here, that if there's a half in there, that's what they mean, okay? So you're looking at your other shapes. All right, so next is finding the perimeter. So it's important to always read the instructions. So first it says that the vertices of the rectangle are as so. So they told you it's a rectangle. Okay, so draw the rectangle in the coordinate plane and find its perimeter. So don't just draw it and then move on. We have to find the perimeter as well. All right, so I have 1, 6. I have G, which is 7, 6. H is 7, 2. And J is 1, 2. All right, so now here are my points, and then there is my rectangle. So first step, rectangle. They told me it's a rectangle, so that's what I should see. If I don't see a rectangle on my grid, you need to check your points. All right, next you want to find its perimeter. How do you find perimeter? You want to add up all your sides. So remember, you want to count the spaces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces long here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces there. So it's a rectangle. So if this is 6, this is going to be 6. This is 4, this is going to be 4. All right. So to find perimeter, we add up all our sides. So I have 6 plus 4, which is 10. So 2 10s gives me 20 units. And it's not area, so it's just units. So 20 units is going to be my perimeter. Okay. Next one. Okay, so in the grid of the exhibits at the zoo, the vertices of the giraffe exhibit are so. Okay, the coordinates are measured in feet. what is the area of the giraffe exhibit. So be careful now that our scale has changed. Notice here that our scale is counting by tens. It's no longer counting by ones like we did before. So it's counting by 10. So that's going to change things, okay? So you have to be very careful if your scale changes. So first we have E is at 0 and then 90. Our next point is at 60, 90. That's F. 130. That's G. And then we're at 0, 30. That's H. All right, so connect your points. All right, so what shape does that make? That looks to me like a trapezoid, okay? So I have my two bases here and then the height. Okay, so I'm going to write down my area formula. So I have my height, my base 1 plus base 2, and then divided by 2. So area equals my height. So they're counting by 10. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, so my height is 60. Okay, my two bases, again counting by 10. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right. So we want to find our area here. So I have 60 times 160. So that's going to give me 9,600. Divide that by 2 is going to be 4,800 feet squared. They told me feet up here. So feet squared here, and that is the size of the exhibit. Okay. All right. So make sure, guys, that you are always listening to what it's asking you to do. Okay, so here's another on your own. Try it on your own first. All right, so here's your on your own. It asks for perimeter and area. You have a question like this on your test. Okay, so perimeter here. I'm going to add up all my sides. So I have 5.5 plus 2 plus 5.5 plus another 2. So you want to get your perimeter of 15 units. Okay, then area is just going to be your base times your height here. So I have 5.5 times 2. So my area is going to be 5.5 times 2, and I have an area of 11 units squared. All right. Start working on your homework now, guys.